What up, y'all? It's Sam and Thencan Designs here with another video to help your small business reach its big goals. In today's video, it is part 3, probably the final video for the site in a day or the simple landing page. This is really for the newcomer out there, the side hustler. You have got this project and you're ready for it to go legit. How do you do that without using something like Squarespace or Wix, which is just not a sustainable solution? The best option, I believe, is to use a professional web designer, but a lot of times professional web designers don't offer a package that you can afford, and I get that. I'm a small business owner myself, so that's why I created this package where it's about $1,000 to get you up and running, and it's basically using like a framework, but it's not just one of those boring templates, so it's still customized to your needs. And so this is the last video here to show you how it gets done in about 8 hours, and this is for Knife Doctor, a knife sharpening side hustle biz here in Bend, Oregon, and this is the last video. So far we built out the original version, sent it over to the client, waited to get some feedback, then we got the feedback back and did some stuff with that, and now we're going to do the final touches. So we had the last edits here, and then we are also going to submit the site to Google, and so our side hustler is this close to getting started. And so last time we installed, here's what the page looks like, just so you know. Looked like this. We installed the Calendly. He's not quite ready to have the Calendly out there in the public, so I created a little image here that'll be coming soon. And so I told him, just send me a text or send me an email, and we'll get that swapped out with the actual Calendly here. So I'm going to show you a couple things. Oh, you couldn't see any of that, could you? I don't have my, hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Now I got it. So let's try that again. Hey, there we go. Okay, so, dashboard, yes. Okay, so as Calendly, no appointments. So I set up this little coming soon message, so we will use that. So let's get right to it. So I have a couple edits here in markup, pretty simple, so let's just go through those really fast, and then we'll do the coming soon, and then we'll submit the site to Google. So first thing I want to do is I want to save this module for the coming soon thing, because I don't want to lose it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to save this module, Calendly embed module, and you'll see I don't think I've used this at all, but now it's going to be saved. So if I went to add a new module, I could go here, and there it is. I got a couple things. Oh, there, saved Divi Cloud, right? Review some stuff on there. Okay, so now I'm just going to close that, or delete it, and then let's add an image. I'll drop in our thing here. Let's see. Calendar. It's early. I haven't had enough coffee yet. What time is it? 7:40. Okay. That looks pretty good. And let's just make sure it looks good on all aspects. Oh, okay, so we want it to align center. Perfect. That's fine. Okay. I don't think it really looks like that on mobile. I've done a lot of tests on mobile. Okay, that's good. Drop off, coming soon. I'll hit save. I'll hit refresh. I'll take a sip of coffee. Yeah. Okay. We normally drink Costco coffee these days, and I thought we ran out. We actually had another bag, so the situation is not as dire as I thought. But I went out and bought just plain old Safeway coffee, just to see what that tasted like, and so far so good. All right. So let's clean this up here. Profession, kitchen, knife sharpening, Bend, Oregon. Go. Yeah, I wasn't loving the beautiful Bend, Oregon either. So he wants a line break here. Now I'll notice that sometimes that'll be good, sometimes it's going to be wide enough. It'll fit. So I'm going to make this probably wider than it used to be. 100%, see if that makes a difference. It might not at this size. Let me stay with auto for a sec. Yeah, okay. So on full screen it looked like that. It'll only crimp down when it needs to. Okay, so that was that one. Scroll down the page here. He wants to bold discount here. So I gotta be careful because this is actually a bunch of code. So we want to use a strong tag around a discount. Closing tag. Easy peasy, HTML. Alright, that's fine to do that. I think the rest is in the liability statement, so he wanted to delete the paper agreement line and add knife doctor does not perform medical services. Oops. Knife doctor does not provide medical advice. Come on, be smart, people. That's the color I would add there. So that's that. Delete that line and add that text. All right, my markup is looking clean. Perfect. Okay, so let's save. And of course, as I keep mentioning in the last couple videos, I don't know what I've done, but I've done something to get rid of the WordPress thing at the top here. I should be signed in. I should do this. Whoops. That's nice when you spell things right, huh? Okay, so that's good. Okay, refresh. Boom. Discount. Medical. That's gone. All right. I think we're ready to do this. Okay, so we have a couple steps to do here. So we want to add this to Search Console, and we're going to do a couple things here. So I'm going to do some stuff off screen for a second. So just to walk you through the steps here. So we have to submit the site to Google Search Console, which means we need a sitemap, which means we also are going to need to be able to verify the ownership, which is going to involve adding usually a text record to our DNS setting. So I use SiteGround, so that's what we'll be using. So let's I'm always afraid to let Yoast know that we're done, but let's do that. So for most of my client sites, I've actually started using SEO Press, but for the landing pages, I just keep using Yoast. If I need to step it up, then it's not a big deal because it has like a import-export tool. Before we do anything else, actually, let's do some SEO, shall we? So one thing is, I always like to have a featured image. So let's do featured image, WordPress. Yeah, there it is. That's the word I'm looking for. 1200 by 628. We'll go back to Canva, create a design, custom, 1200 by 628. There's a way to save dimensions for project templates. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Maybe there is. I should have a Knife Doctor logo. Okay, the favicon. Hey, that's what I want. It was, huh. I swear it was this. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay. Not the best, but I mean, we don't have a lot of other images to work with, so I'm okay with that. We'll save it as JPEG 5, download. Okay, so we're over here. So I've pretty much given up on using an excerpt because I've just noticed it never got used, so I just figured it was a waste of time. So then that's all our ACF stuff. So we'll say knife sharpening, Bend, Oregon. And then we need a meta description. Oh look, they have Use AI. Of course, it's a premium feature. That's why I have SEO Press, so I can use it. One thing I like to do here, so let's just go like this. And I'm gonna hit my ChatGPT button here. And pull this up here. I just don't like that my sidebar showing. I guess I need to see the crazy stuff I'm kind of, shoot. Trigger finger. Okay. Here's the copy for a landing page for knife doctor, a knife sharpening business in. Sorry, I wish you could see it, but trust me, it's there. Please write an SEO meta description and under 160 characters that would entice the visitor to click on the page, optimize to increase click-through rate. I like it. See how they did. Of course, it's too long. Should get too long. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of that. Okay, now it's great. Professional kitchen knife sharpening bent organ by knife doctor, expert handcrafted service, bring life to dull knives now. Great. All right, and I'm not really so worried about all this stuff. Because I think it's fine. There's not a lot of competition with this keyword, so I think just showing up is going to be really good for it. Okay, so we did that. Now we can go to, okay, I'm not worried about that. We'll do that later. I think I already went through and cleaned up the plugins. Yeah, so I mean, updates are updates. Okay, now let's do this optimization, and then we're going to go to settings, reading, and discourage search engines. I'm going to hit save changes. We'll go back to Yoast, and then you can go to settings, and there should be a sitemap at the very bottom. Hit the sitemap. It should be one page only. There it is. So now I'm going to give Google the actual actual sitemap, so that way you can see there's really nothing else. Okay, so let's get to it now. Next thing I need to do is add this to Google Search Console. So let me make sure Thencan Designs is pulled up, so I don't mind you guys seeing that. And then I'm going to click Add Property. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing right now. So you typically want to add domain. So let's do that, knife.doctor. And it's going to say verifying property, and it's going to say no, I did not get it. So there's a couple different options you can do. I usually just do the text record. So you hit copy, and I'm going to pause for a second and get SiteGround to the right spot. Alright, so now we're on the back end of Knife Doctor. And so it's under domain, DNS zone editor. And so we want a text record, and I think we want to leave it empty. Yeah, see, it doesn't say anything. So we'll just leave it empty. Other providers like GoDaddy, you might want to put like an @ for the root, but for SiteGround, it's all good to go. So we'll hit create. It's going to be super fast. That text record gets created, and then we can hit verify. It'll take a second. Whoop, didn't work. Let's see, we couldn't find verification in your text records. We found these DNS text records instead. Oh, that's funny. Oh, okay, it's just going to take a second. Now, okay, it's finding both. That's funny. It's I think it's because it's a Google domain, or we're using a Google email. Let's try. Sometimes it just takes a second. Okay, so let's just give me a second here, and I'll report back with the findings. Okay, literally one more click and it worked, so we're all good. I just got an email from Google saying that they got it. Okay, so now we can go to the property, switching over from Thencan Designs to Knife Doctor. Okay, so it won't have a lot of stuff right away. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to Sitemaps, and it was right here. We're going to submit it. Perfect. Process and look for changes will be modified if anything goes wrong in the future. Sweet. And then, I mean, while we're here, one other thing we can do is start the Google Business Profile setup. So it's not always the best for somebody like me to start the ownership process. It's actually better for the owner to start the process. So that's the next thing we're going to do. And then maybe what I'll do in a future video is I'll show like how I get added as a manager. So that way I can actually manage the Google Business Profile. It's super easy, and so I'm thinking now that the site has been submitted, what'll be good is that Google will actually be able to see that. So there's a very good chance that if we search anything right now, nothing will pop up. But let's try. So we'll go incognito search for Knife Doctor. Now there's actually a couple other things called Knife Doctor out there in the world. There's like an Australian site, Instagram. Let's see if we can find anything here. I'm just going to go way down, see if it's even showing up. I'm sure it won't yet. Oh, here you go. Okay, Command F, Knife.Doctor. No, okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. So it shouldn't show up yet. It'll take a second. So it's probably hasn't even. It should be up to one page. Yeah. Okay. And then it's going to take, it takes about a couple days for it to really click on. So I just did this for a couple of the clients, switching them over from other domains, doing all that stuff. So let me check my to-do list here and see if there's anything else I forgot. I think that's it. Yeah, that looks like, I mean, submitting to Google is super easy. Usually at this step, what I will do, I need to stop hitting my hand because it sounds really annoying. I noticed that in a previous video. Is I will actually turn the site on right now, but we've already done that, so it's pretty easy. Like a lot of times this is where I will do like the the domain propagation and stuff like that. I would not do it at 8 in the morning on a Monday if I was doing that. But the site's already live, so it's easy. So really the only thing that's left on my to-do list for Knife Doctor is later on I will go in here and I will add an element from library. I'll add this and I'll delete that, and we'll be back to having the calendar. And we'll hit save, but I don't want to do that right now. Actually, just want to exit this, and I don't want to save. So that looked like it worked. I'm gonna go through here really quick, and sometimes it tries to like save stuff when you do things like that. Like, I have an autosave. Nah, it's good. Okay, I'll get out of that, and then back here, and sometimes I just like to do a quick little purge the cache. Perfect. All right, so that's it. Knife Doctor up and rolling, people. That was it. I think that took about 8 hours, which is kind of what my prediction was. And so yeah, that's how you do a site in a day. And the rest of the stuff is kind of behind the scenes. But I may, if the client is okay with it, I might show some of the Google Business Profile setup things that we do. It's going to be a little simpler for Knife Doctor. It's really just going to be so that there is a presence, not really so that it's like, you know, running and gunning. Like, just to give you an example here, you kind of just got to see like, okay, who's out there. These first two are not even real, so there's like 3 places out there really. So like big one, I think this was a mobile service, and some of these aren't even like, I don't know, like I think this is like for saws. So I mean, we'll definitely show up no matter what, so we just have to get in there. And so right now, just so you guys know what I'm looking at, is some basic things like what the primary category is, so it's sharpening services, and I would look at the secondary categories and just make sure that we show up in the right area. Then we'll try to help Gary get set up with getting reviews, and I think if he were to just get a handful, he'd probably show up. He could show up in the map pack pretty quickly, so because he's different than these people, so he's just got to get over this one that has no reviews. I think there's a chance. You know, stock photos. I mean, we need to get some photos. This one doesn't have any photos, so I don't know. We can do this. I believe in us. That's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. Shout out to the Rams. Won their first game against the Seahawks. That's always a big win. Beavers did good this weekend too. I'm a happy Sam. We're starting the week off productively. Got something done, and excited to do something for a client this morning. So wherever you're at, hope you're doing good today. I know it's a big deal. It's a memorable day in a lot of our lives. Let's not forget that. We said we wouldn't, so let's think about that at some point. Take a moment, think about all the craziness that happened on this day many years ago, and let's just try to live life to the fullest today, shall we? Till next time.